Good morning, stamping friends. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and each Tuesday I come live to show you what I've been working on in my craft room. So today is Tuesday, and I have been working with Stampin' Up's Artfully Layered Bundle, the Artfully Composed Suite. Good morning, Diane and Deb, and say hi if you're joining me this morning. And I thank everyone who's popping on, and Dawn is watching. Thanks for joining. So I am combining the Artfully Layered Suite with the Slimline. And a couple weeks ago, I introduced my first Slimline card, and now it seems as if I'm into that. So good morning, Judy. Good morning, Patricia. Let me show you down to my workspace, and I will, we'll work, we'll play, we'll stamp this fun Tuesday morning. So what we're working with is the Artfully Layered stamp set from Stampin' Up, and it is in the January through June 2022 mini catalog. You'll find it detailed on pages 32 to 34, and the elements it includes is the Artfully Layered stamp set, lots of images in there, kind of tropical, some coordinating dies. Good morning, Sandy. Dies with that match the, like that will trim that out. You know what I like too now about the Slimline cards is that Stampin' Up offers Slimline envelopes. You get 15 of them in soft succulent white and smoky slate for 15 for $10. So you'll have this die and some other palm fronds, more palm fronds, a designer piece, and some little accompaniments. It also, that whole suite, it also includes the designer series paper, Artfully Composed. Good morning, Jill. Thanks for popping on. Thanks, Kay, for sharing and watching. So, you know, there's just all kinds of different sheets that feature the palms. This one's kind of fun. And there's like leaves on one side, leaves and palms, and then kind of a plane on the other side. And that's what I kind of like about that. This is a sheet that I like too, because you can use the die cuts to die cut some of those pieces out of that designer series paper. So that's always a fun feature of that as well. So there we have the designer series paper. And the other element I'm going to be using is this Vellum layering designs. And I think it kind of gets lost in the catalog a little bit. There are 12 sheets for each of 3 designs. So this is the design that I'll be using. It's just a kind of a white with some textured print on there. Good morning, Diane. Thanks for popping in. Kind of like a dictionary wordy page. And then this one's kind of fun. A map in white. And then we also have a map in black. So those are some of those vellum that we can use. That also comes with some ribbon and some sea glass, but I'm not using those today. So let me show you the card that that I'm creating today. This was my first, the Slimline. It's Granny Apple. It's a little bit non-traditional, Granny Apple Green and Melon Mambo. And I used the die cut. I placed Stampin' Up! Adhesive sheets on the back of Melon Mambo cardstock, cut that out, and then layered those onto that vellum. But what I really liked after I really did like this card, but I thought I would try heat embossing. So this uses Granny Apple Green and Melon Mambo, and I stamped the leaf onto the cardstock and heat embossed it in with white. Now our Stampin' Up! The embossing powders can be found on page 128 in Stampin' Up's annual catalog. And so the white comes with, you can get the black, clear, and white all in one package for $18. So that's the card I'm going to make. I was into something bright and cheery, and I was working on something for Team Stamp It's Mother's Day blog hop that takes place this weekend. So this isn't the Mother's Day card, but I have something special in mind for that. So I'll just show you what I have for ingredients. So here's my Granny Apple Green base, and that measures 7 by 8, it should be 8 and 8.25, and then I score it at 3.5. And then I have a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock that's 3.25 by 8.25. So this was 8.5. And then our vellum, there's our vellum piece. Good morning, Nikki. Thanks for popping in. And that vellum piece measures 3 by 8. And then I have some scraps to stamp on. I also have the white for the inside of the card. So I'm going to just show you the heat embossing that I did with this card. I have a piece of Melon Mambo, because I need 2 Melon Mambo, or 2 Granny Apple Green and 1 Melon Mambo. So I have my leaf all put on my block. I'm going to use our old embossing buddy that kind of gets the static off of there. If you don't have an embossing buddy because they're retired, a dryer sheet will work as well. And then when we heat emboss, we use the Versamark ink. It's a watermark ink. Good morning, Linda. And it's good for creating backgrounds, but it also is a must when you are heat embossing. So I'm just going to put the tap the Versamark ink on top of gently on top of that palm leaf right there, and stamp it on my cardstock. And you can see a little bit of hint of that. Sometimes it's hard to see. So then I'm going to sprinkle my white embossing powder all over that leaf, and then tap it off. I tap it off onto a paper plate, and then I can pour the remainder back into the container when I'm finished. And if I felt that I didn't have enough, I can run it back through the embossing powder to make sure that I have it all covered. And then, in the interest of safety and cleaning up, I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't heat it all over the place. And if you have any Pampered Chef friends, I love my little toast getter outer, and I use it for this. So hang tight. I'm going to use my heat embossing tool, and so it's going to make a little bit of noise until I get that heated up. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera, but when you heat emboss, you can see it just heat up and turn when it's done. So hang tight. All right. And I think you were able to see it as it turned color, and you there's kind of a middle ground on that. You don't want to heat too much because you can burn it or burn a hole in your paper. So you want to be careful about that. So I've already, in the interest of time, then I've taken that leaf and I've die cut it. And if anyone hasn't seen the die cutting, let me know in the comments, and I can, I'd be happy to do a class just on die cutting someday if you haven't seen that. But I've done ahead. I've done 2 of the Granny Apple Green and 1 of the Melon Mambo. And I have also done the sentiment in exactly the same way. And that sentiment measures 3 by 1 inch. So we have all the pieces and we are ready to go with that. So I'm going to fold my, good morning, Gian, fold my Granny Apple Green cardstock in half. And then I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal and put my Melon Mambo on top of that. And then I'll show you how I did that. And just got notice today that Stampin' Up! Is having a free shipping promotion Thursday, April 21st, 24 hours only. Free shipping for orders of $75 or more. So it's a great time to take advantage of those things you want on your wish list. So I'm just going to place my leaves here to set them down. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to just put a few, actually I'll make it quicker. Just glue dots on the back of my leaves. I'll use the Take Your Pick to do the vellum. And just kind of set them wherever you'd like. Yes, I'm glad, Gian, that you were able to catch me live this Tuesday morning. And oops, nope, I want to kind of offset them a little bit. That, with those glue dots on the vellum, they come up. Good morning, Joy. Thanks for popping in. Working with Stampin' Up's Artfully Layered Bundle from the January through June 2022 mini catalog. All of those things should be available through the end of June. So now we have that all ready to go on our front. And so that we don't see the adhesive through the vellum, I am going to this is where I'm going to take my pick tool and add a few glue dots on the leaves, on the back, so that you can see where that is. And the Designer Series paper itself uses Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Old Olive, Pale Papaya. So I use a totally different color palette for this card. I was just feeling something bright and cheery. Good morning, Colleen. Thanks for popping in. Alrighty. So I think I think we're good to go on those glue dots. Thank goodness for glue dots. That's going to be on my order on Thursday with the free shipping promotion. So I've cut that so they all layer. There's a 1/4 inch all the way around. There we go. And I've also pre-cut the Granny Apple Green. This is one of the elements, one of the die cuts that comes with that bundle. So I had a piece of Granny Apple Green, a scrap, and then just die cut it. And then I'm going to have that frame the sentiment. The sentiment's heat embossed with the white embossing powder. Good morning, Brenda. Thanks for popping in. So I put the glue dots on the back of that Melon Mambo. And so then I can kind of mess around and see where I want that framed. And then I'll do the same for the bottom piece. So let me know if you have any questions about the free shipping. It doesn't come around very often, so you'll want to take advantage of that. You can also use it, remember, with there's a last chance items, and there's lots left, stuff that's on special All right. Yes, I know. I love the cheery. I just was feeling cheery color combo. So let's pop that up with dimensionals. I'll put a few on the back here. Then maybe I'll add some pearls. And I'll ask you your opinion in a moment as well. But what I like about these Slimline cards is that they go in one of those business size envelopes. So, in case you don't have any of the Stampin' Ups, that's going to be on my order too. You can maybe decorate up that envelope. Well, now I need to do the middle. So I will use some, good morning, Chris, some Melon Mambo ink, and I'll ink up my leaf. And let's put a leaf in the corner. And I didn't get my envelopes out, but you could also decorate your envelope for sure. Okay, so that's all decorated. We can put that in the center of our card. Use my Stampin' Still Plus for that. I use that a lot. That's also on my order. I'm out of adhesives. And white cardstock. I'm also in need of that. Got a big list going. All right, so there's the center of that. We're almost done. Now, I did take out the pearls. Pearls are an awesome thing to have on hand. And if I wanted to, I could color those like in Granny Apple Green or Melon Mambo using the Stampin' Blends. But I think that with the heat embossing, the white goes well. So I can either use my pointy end or the grabby end and put that on. Now, if you'll notice on the other card, I used some linen thread and added that to the leaves. I'm wondering if I should do that on that card or if I should just leave it as is. Thoughts? It is kind of cute without the linen thread. This seemed like it needed something, but that's how quickly that Slimline card goes together, and I'll be able to leave it. That's kind of what I thought. That's kind of why. Thanks, Dawn, for weighing in. That's why I didn't put it on there, but I have 3 thank you cards all ready to go in the mail using Stampin' Up's Artfully Layered stamp set and the Tropical Layers dies, as well as the Designer Series paper. Thanks, Nikki. Leave it as is. Thank you so much for popping in. If you're not currently on my mailing list, I send a free email newsletter 2 to 3 times a month that includes a video, a free tutorial, and updates on Stampin' Up news and notes. And every once in a while, I'll throw in a special for subscribers. So if you're not currently subscribed, contact me and I'll get you on the list or send you a link, or I'll put it even in the link today. So that's kind of a perk about following me. But thank you so much. Maybe white baker's twine? That's a great thought. I'll have to do that, get that out of the container and try it. Thank you, GM. That's an awesome suggestion. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of the week and weekend, and I'll see you next Tuesday. I think I'm going to introduce the new In Colors. You've maybe already seen them, but I have some cards I'm going to show. Thank you, everyone, for commenting and weighing in on the cards. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.